Morning, everybody. It's the 25th of February. We're Signal Centre talking ball. Joe Neighbour, Steve O'Hare, and Ian Coleman. Good morning, guys.
Morning
Good
all.
morning.
Happy Pancake Day.
Oh yeah,
Indeedy.
it's a bit late for Pancake Day feels this year, is it or not? Is it
Never
early?
too late for pancakes.
No, it's true.
And we're having ham and cheese ones.
Oh, right. Savoury
they're
first, then
nice.
you're having the sweet ones afterwards.
Maybe.
Yeah?
It's really good Gruyere cheese and
Oh,
ham on
yeah.
the inside, and then
Like
you
they do
grate.
in the French restaurants. They call it
Yeah, and you put a
galette or something.
bit of pesto on the inside as well, and then
Ooh.
grated cheese on the outside, and then bake them in the oven and sprinkle some pine nuts on top.
Oh.
Oh, they are. Look at that.
I'll send a picture tomorrow.
Yeah,
It will
please
be
do
my
have it as your background.
screensaver.
Yeah.
I'm not making them. My wife's making them. But
Okay.
it's one of my favourites, to be honest.
Cool.
Your wife, one of your
One of your
favourite
wives.
wives.
Favourite wives, yes.
Okay, so no Steve yesterday. Hope you enjoyed your birthday, mate. Although struggling with a bit of back issues.
Yeah, a bit of back issues.
Carrying us all the time, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah,
Hey, you run. Is your wife running across the beach there, Joe? Your Sporticus?
No, it wasn't her actually. My other wife.
Yeah, that's what you're dreaming about.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday we had a couple of trades on. I went short of the dollar index, which
Nice.
clung on just from the stop loss, but managed to hit 2.63R, which was quite
Stuart's
nice.
inquiry on the stop loss. Obviously,
You can check it out if you want. I'm
Yeah.
quite happy to have the conversation. Ian made 0.41R on Aussie CAD, so continues this ridiculous winning streak and
You're almost like Liverpool.
win rate 64%.
Look at that.
Overall,
nice uptick.
Just shy of our previous highs.
Mm.
So we're at 54.7% currently.
We can smash the shit out of that today.
Yep,
I smell a double top coming.
Always looking to sell.
Yeah, can't help myself.
Okay, so Ian, well, I won it yesterday, but if I'm happy to hand it over if you're chomping at the bit to get one on.
Yeah, I'm going to go at this. I think share my screen, I suppose, first. What I do fancy, but it's not near the trigger level, is Euro Aussie. Not that chart. That was from the other day. But this one here, I think fundamentally this is a cracking trade. And you've also got a few triggers up here. You've got a 13 count 4 hours, 13 count daily is just being produced. You've got a 261.8% extension. You got a previous swing high, and you got a 78.6 pullback about here. So I think getting long a bit further up, and like I said, this is a 4 hour chart. So if I did this on the gun to the head, I don't think I'd get any decent R out of it. But I think fundamentally as well, you've got contagion now worries in Eurozone with a lockdown in Italy, and I think it's going to take the pressure off Aussie, which has seen obviously a massive decline as Euro Aussie has rallied to the upside. I think Euro is going to come down and Aussie is going to have a recovery. Aussie's just hit a 261.8% extension level as well. The correlation looks nice, but I'm waffling because that's not the one I'm going to look at.
I've just put the trade on.
This is the one I'm going to look at, which is cable, which is just a real bog basic formation, I think, and using Joe's correlation charts again, which I have been lately. I think we're going to see the dollar index has hit a 261.8% extension, so I think that's still bearish, but we've also hit a resistance level in cable, so I think the cable sell-off is going to be stronger than the dollar sell-off. Obviously, normally you'd like them going in the opposite direction, but I think we're going to move down to here, so we're going to make a bullish Gartley eventually. So down to 61.8%, up to 88.6%, and then down to 78, and then off. But I'm going to have to take it from here, which is that to there, and I can put a stop just above there. So 129.55, 129.80, and 128.80. What does that give me? 3R.
That'll do.
That'll do, donkey.
Okay, I'm taking a look at oil.
Oil schmoil.
Oil schmoil. So this is the daily chart. We're trapped in this kind of range. We had a little bit of a bounce from the lower end, but it's stalled and looks to be heading lower again. So looking at the intraday charts, this is the hourly. We've had a 38.2% retracement to the 51.97 line. This morning on the hourly chart, we are looking to cross below the 10 EMA. It's not a sort of hard and fast rule for me, but it's something I like to use often as a trigger to get short or to get long if it's crossing back the other way. So we've crossed below this 10 period moving average. You've got to close there within the next 9 minutes. I fancy that we'll do that. So I'm going to sell it here, and I'm going to target and move back to these lows that we saw back earlier in the month at around 49.40 with a stop above that swing high that we just posted at 7 a.m. this morning. So I'm going to put that at 51.47 going short. Stop at 52.10 and targeting 49.40. 3.3R.
Lovely.
Nice.
Again, worries that the coronavirus thing is just going to get worse in the short term, I think. And there's going to be a ditching of riskier assets. So oil, I think, continues to go lower, in my opinion. We shall see.
Yeah.
Steve?
Still not really sure what I want to
Yeah,
pick.
difficult
I'll
one
just
to
go
do.
over what I was looking at last week.
You're looking at
Friday.
equities today.
Yeah,
I mean, I was looking at Dow, NASDAQ, FTSE, all potential
Yeah.
for a bit of a dead cat bounce this morning and another sell-off.
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to look for a level that I mentioned to a pal, but I can't find it this morning, so I'm getting a little bit confused. Maybe it's the back pain. We talked about this last week. And we were sort of saying this is a bit of a upward sloping head and shoulders formation. I managed to stay short over the weekend, so I was very
nice.
Yeah, it worked very well.
That didn't help the back pain.
Yeah, it sort of helped the back pain, but you always feel like I was short about 6 units, which was a bit naughty.
No,
I did cover 4 of them
£6 a point on the Dow
before the Friday close.
That's probably what gave you the back pain in the first
place.
Yeah,
it might be. It could have
Nice
been the
little
stress
birthday
of it.
present, though.
Yeah, so I was short a couple, and unfortunately had my buys in at 8,600. So it covered them there. My next level, I spoke to someone, was 28,000, which for me is a very psychological level. But also there was I saw some swing lows at about 27,885, and I'm really struggling to find them this morning. So don't know where I got them from, but it got down to around 27,860 on IG markets last night before this rally came in, inverted hammer, and then a sort of bullish outside bar on the 4-hour chart. Quite a positive hammer. But again, thinking about, is this a dead cat bounce? The thing that has happened with stocks, obviously over the last sort of like few months, if not longer, is we've had these sell-offs on coronavirus and other reasons. We had trade wars and everything.
Missiles.
They just seem to bounce back. And there's obviously, I think there's a little bit of caution in staying short of these, because you sort of think, oh, it's just going to bounce back. Also,
it's a big old volume candle though on that.
Yeah, pretty. The volume, the negative volume candle on that is pretty massive, and the positive volumes have been low as well on the candle. So, I mean, it's normally a bit like that when it rallies anyway. But I just wanted to sort of like highlight the gold and silver, which we were looking at last week as well. We saw these triangle formations, and the measured moves were smashed through on Monday. They
probably
played
time
out
to sell
really
gold.
nicely. Well, yeah, you've had this spike up to like just below $1,700. You saw the same on silver. We had these. It didn't quite reach the measured move target, but it hit the previous swing high. And so you've had this very, very sharp rally. The volume's been there, but it's a bit overextended. So it feels like these 4-hour bearish outside candles could see a bit of a further correction. So it really is, for me, it's a bit of a flick of a coin today.
Yeah. No, the reason why I think it's probably time to sell gold is that one of my pals rang me up yesterday and said that he'd read on Twitter that it's going to 3,000.
Yeah, there's been a few stories like that over the I wouldn't sort of bet against it, definitely not. But I think like when you get retail people or pals talking about it, then you sort of think, right, they're going to be ploughing in now. Yeah, and it's felt like that. I think that the gold moves felt just a little bit too sharp on the upside, but I don't really want to back against it. I think
not yet anyway.
No, if we go back, I've been talking about this since last September. Well, I've been talking about this since last July, actually, when we first thought that I was going to get a breakout on this inverse head and shoulders, and it didn't break out. It was almost like oh yeah, if you're buying into it, you sort of get in early and you get stopped out, and then it's made it a complex inverse head and shoulder, and it eventually broke out, and even the measure move target on this was here to here. I like these orange candles. So it broke out about there. So it's basically hit the measure move target on that, and then you can see the volume that's going into this.
Bit of divergence there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, quite possibly a short-term top around 1700. I always feel like that when it sort of almost gets to 1700, which is a psychological level, as I say. The next level is 1795. I don't think it's got the energy to do that right now. So what am I going to do?
Well, just come back to those indices that you were looking at. The monthly charts of DAX, Dow, and S&P have got some horrible candles on them.
Yeah, these are really horrible. That's like doji, indecision. So
a false breakout to new highs, and then a massive rejection.
Yeah, and obviously we've got a few days left in Feb, so that ends up like that. There's two really decent shooting star candles.
If it makes a new low below the previous month, then it's a glaring sell signal, isn't it?
Yeah, what's that? 12,865
cables.
Yeah, well that's around the level that this must have been the level that I was really sort of thinking about. It's 12,865. So but the stocks can just like swing back really aggressively, and you just got to, if you are going to get short, you've just got to stay disciplined with them stops and just think about the risk reward and keep going in phases, because there's no way really at the end of this month to be selling at 12,900 and you stop at 13,800. It's like quite punchy, to say the least. So I think there's there's a few sort of like.
So have you found a trade yet, or what?
No, I haven't really. You distracted me again then. I mean, look at that on the Dow.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a big outside candle, that.
Yeah. So looking very negative if we close at these levels. I don't know. Will I look more foolish selling silver? Now let me go silver, because I don't want to sell gold, because it's against my. I was going to say religion, but it's not against my religion. Obviously, it's against my better judgment. 1844. I'm selling silver. I'm going to just leave it at 3-to-1 risk reward. That'll do. Donkey. 1854 is my stop. So it's a nice 10-tick stop, quite tight. 1814 is the target, which I don't mind. That's all right. I'm going with that.
Cool.
Got there in the end.
Yeah, we got there.
I'm just about to be taken out on my trade of the day.
He's been taken out?
Nearly. 128.78.
What's going on? He's had a loser?
Not yet. Got 1.5 ticks yet.
Okay. Okay. News-wise, obviously, risk appetite. Everything sold off yesterday amid the coronavirus outbreak rife in Italy. It would appear at the minute, and they're on lockdown. And obviously, that's denting sentiment quite substantially across all kind of risk assets. So, anybody else seen any sort of news out that we need to be aware of? There was talk from one of the Fed guys yesterday, Fed President Mester. He was saying it's difficult to assess the risk of the U.S. economy U.S. economy of the coronavirus, but stated that she was not concerned about the inverted yield at the moment. Talking about a 75% chance for an interest rate cut before the middle of the year in the US. So that would
Bloody hell.
attempt to try and curb things. But if interest rates are all-time lows, markets are all-time highs, what are they?
Yeah, there's
hiding?
not a lot to go on, is there?
No.
What can you do? The interest rate tool is not really there. Negative interest rates obviously are a thing, but there's not much they can do about it. They've just got to sort of like fold the whole hand.
Yeah, well, they have to let it flush out at some point, you'd have thought.
Eventually.
So trade tensions were a bit of a factor in UK and Europe yesterday as they look to prepare some negotiations for the formal talks that start next week between the two of us.
Who's leading our team?
Good question.
Any idea?
No.
Should be fun.
Bank of England chief economist Haldane stated that reduced uncertainty should help boost investment. Don't know how he's got to that conclusion, and that a lot of the political and Brexit uncertainty has dissipated.
Yeah,
just noise, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think not a lot of people are talking about. I think we're all ignoring it, aren't we?
Yeah,
it'll
all
just
focused
sort of
on viruses.
Yeah, waiting for their masks to come through the post.
Yeah,
Thursday.
Yeah, really. It doesn't say which Thursday, E.
Yeah, it says this Thursday. That chugga mushroom powder. I can tell you, it's been delayed twice up to now.
You just got to sell them, flip them on, haven't you? For 4 times what you paid for them.
I need the ones with the goggles.
Hang on, in screw fix.
30th of January.
A month.
Nearly a month, yeah.
Wow.
Arriving by Thursday.
From China?
Probably. And the chaga mushroom powder gets here later on today.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. Data-wise, US consumer confidence today, we're expecting a rise to 132.4 from 131.6. So keep an eye on your US dollar pairs come 3 o'clock today. That is the only real high impact news from what I can see. Unless anybody else has got anything to add, I guess we can wrap it up there.
No,
yep.
Nothing really.
I think we've bored everyone to death.
Yeah, it's been a long one today. That's what she
Lots
said.
of waffling.
Okay. Right. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.